What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zach. We got another episode of The Journey coming to you today. In today's episode, we have the winter transfer window because Major League Soccer runs spring to fall instead of fall to spring like most European competitions do. So we're going to tackle that in today's episode. But before that, mail call. It has arrived. It actually came a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. Rip it open. There we go. I wasn't expecting it for another couple of days, but I have a new kit to wear. And I got a really good deal on it as well, which is always a good thing, right? Bada bang, bada boom. It is the 2020 authentic Inter Miami kit with the inaugural season patch there at the bottom. This is the their first season in Major League Soccer, and I picked up their shirt. It is a $130 shirt that I was able to pick up for $50 plus like $6 shipping, but we are going to put this on real quick. I did get a large, so my options were either the white one, which I didn't really care for. I didn't like that the all white with just like the pink stripes at the shoulder. I didn't really like, and they only had it in extra large, and then they had the black one in large and XX, I think. So I went with the large. It's a little bit bigger, but it is the authentic, so it should be a little bit more slim than usual. But we're gonna put it on really quickly, try it on, and we're gonna get into the episode. Just one moment. All right, shirt is on, as you can see. I like barely see it here, but there's a little, I don't know what they are. Oh, it's the little flamingos from the badge. Like embossed, imprinted into the shirt, kind of like how my Wrexham one has like the dragon scales kind of textured in. These little stripes up here, kind of neat. So this is the authentic. This is the player version, the more expensive version, but honestly it fits like a replica medium with like a little bit shorter sleeves. But if you're into that kind of thing, I highly recommend sizing up. This is a very good fit. I like it better than I thought I was going to. I'm not the biggest fan of black kits, but this is clean. I'm enjoying this one quite a bit, and in all honesty, I might be able to get away with wearing this to work on Fridays for casual Fridays. I've been told no on the soccer jerseys, but this isn't obviously a soccer jersey, right? It looks more like a golf shirt. I wear a lot of golf polos to work, and there's no sponsor, which also helps. And I think that was the big thing with my question with the soccer jerseys, is like fucking Fly Emirates or whatever, Qatar Airways across the front, whatever. But yeah, I like the shirt actually. I think good investment. Highly recommend. like I said, it was originally 130. And oh no, I did have free shipping. Hey. My packing slip doesn't give me prices. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're going to make a cut. We're going to come back in a few days my time because it is 9:15 on a Monday. I just got home from training. But yeah, we're going to get back in just a second. We're going to crack on with probably the end of season review first, and then get into what the winter transfer window looks like for Major League Soccer. Spoiler, it could be a lot or it could be a little. And it's going to be a lot of me getting really frustrated. So that's always great to see on camera. Anyway, we're going to see you in a second. It is time for the end of season review. Not a lot in this one. We were here for half a season. We don't really have a signing of the season, so yeah. Finished 5th, made playoffs. Disappointed that we only reached the first round and we were knocked out there. Leagues Cup, they didn't give a shit about, nor did they care about the U.S. Open Cup. I mean, we had a really good start to our career here, but then kind of just fell off toward the end there. Not going to worry too much about any of this. Leyes, Lopez, Cavallo, Benjamin, Vigoria, and Gomez in the midfield with Pedro, Navarro, Navas, and Diaz up front. Mostly goals by a player. Jesus Christ. Claudio Cordero, I assume that's career. Yeah, 800 matches in charge. Good stuff there. Nothing really of note from that season. What we are going to do is take a quick look at our squad, see what needs to be done. Sorting by contract expirations down to you. Minus you two, you guys are on loan, so you're going to leave anyway. We will have 2 international spots opening up. 1 spot is going to expire at the end of the year. We can probably get rid of one of these Argentinians here, open up another spot. We will see how it kind of goes. This is going to open up, I don't know what, 10 or 15,000 a week. Mostly bench players and reserves, so I'm not too terribly concerned. This Roberto Sartori came across my scouting reports. This was released by Napoli. I guess at the beginning of this season, at the end of this season. Don't really know what happened there. He is available on a free. He doesn't have a club. But he is on trial with us for a couple of weeks. We're going to get a quick scout on him. He plays right wing. We do bring him in. He can replace De La Canal on the right. And should be a good addition. He will take up an international player spot, which is why I mentioned it just a moment ago. We also have opened a recruitment focus for American players and set that as a top priority because we want as many Americans on the roster as possible. We look at registration rules. We have a maximum of 8 international spots, one of those expiring, so we will go down to 7. A couple of guys leaving, we'll go down to 5. So we do have 1 or 2 spots open. We can trade with other teams to get more international spots. That's how we got our 8th spot. It was a trade with Dallas, I think, at some point. But those expire at some point. I don't really know when they expire. I just got an email saying it expires December 31st. So that will go bye-bye. I don't think any of the guys leaving are on a DP contract. I'm not really sure how much this guy is going to want. Where are you at? Satori. We'll just see what's going on there. About 20 a week. That would... I mean, that would keep me within the payroll budget, but when it comes to registration, that would put me just under, so we can afford him. Yeah, because we'll open about 15. We'll be at, okay, yeah, that'll work. Then we'll have about 15 or so £1,000 a week to, sign some bench players and whatnot. We'll make some moves. If we take a look at the job center real quick, literally nothing in Mexico. I do have it set to only show jobs in Mexico, head coach club in Mexico. So whenever something opens up, I think, I don't know, I'm kind of put in two minds right now. I think I kind of want to try to win the MLS Cup. That is what the board is expecting this next season. They're wanting us to challenge for the MLS title. They want us to be the most reputable team in the US. When we did like the end of season chat with the team, the only option for the promises was challenging for the title. So high expectations for us next season, which means we have to kind of put in a shift for players. If we look at everything that has been scouted, pretty much everything is foreign except for Alan McGorrigan. Plays for City. He is another American. I mean, not an awful signing, but nothing I really want to mess with. Right now, we do need some defenders. We need some midfielders, particularly a right back and maybe a box-to-box midfielder. We can pick those up. We pick this Italian guy up. I think we'll be in really good shape to do well in the league. But we're gonna make a cut. We're gonna go do some scouting. I'm gonna click continue about 4,000 times and see who comes up in the old scouting reports. I don't know if did the MLS Cup finish up? It did. DC United crowned champions, beating LA Galaxy 4-1 in the final. Congratulations to DC. Who's the coach there? Federico Fernandez. Oh, he like just finished up playing. Oh, maybe not. What's your like coaching career? What is how do you? Here we go. Player. U18's coach at Tigres, then Maneros, now at DC United. All right, let's make a cut. We're gonna come back just a moment with hopefully some signings or something interesting happening. So I forgot drafts are a thing. First draft of a lot. I don't really know. This is the MLS December waiver draft. We have the 19th overall pick. If you pass, you can't participate in the draft. Players picked in this draft will see their current contract transferred to their new club. Since these players' contracts are due to expire soon, if a club picks up one or more of them in this draft, it could be a good idea to renew immediately their contracts, preventing them risk of leaving the club. Okay. So this is, in all honesty, no idea. No idea what's going on here. So this is a draft. I think this is kind of everybody who really isn't good enough. And unfortunately, none of these guys we scouted in time. I mean, some of them we did. So, like, this guy, Shopov, incredibly interested in. Honestly, I'm looking for Americans just to fit in the system. They won't take up an international spot. Their contracts are going to be really cheap. He was drafted in 2038 in the super draft. 22 appearances, 3 assists. I mean, in all honesty, who the hell is Swan City? Never heard of Swan City. Played in the academy. What level are you at? Competitions. Okay. Heartland Division. So I'm guessing that is, oh, you know what that is? That is it NPSL maybe? I think it's NPSL. That's with I had a friend that played on one of these teams. Jacksonville, maybe? But let's see here. I mean, so worst case scenario, we draft him. His contract's up, in a couple weeks. We bring him in. I mean, his numbers don't look too terrible. I mean, if we compare him to, our current box-to-box midfielder, who is it? Navarro. If we compare him with Navarro, go to attributes. Let's highlight for box-to-box. I mean, he's certainly a downgrade. But not that much of a downgrade. I think he could be comparable. He's gonna do different things, I think. What if like a ball winner maybe? Marking is really good, so yeah, you're a little bit more defensive. I think we're gonna go for you. I think we're gonna keep an eye on Mendez. And there's no real way to like pre-pick. Yeah, there's not really a way to do that. Let's see here. Stuart Santana. Wait, okay. He's one of ours. Jordy Hardy, where are you? Why are you here? You had a good end to the season, my friend. I don't know how these guys ended up here, I'll be honest. Woolard. I think let's try to get Andrew Mendez. What's this SMS? Senior minimum salary. Okay. And he's homegrown. So let's try to get him, and then if not, then FC Dallas wanted no part of this. Daily Nahara goes to San Jose. Atlanta picks Matthias Cow. Columbus didn't want any part of it. New York doesn't want one. Christian Soto, who was ours? No. He was at Loudoun. Montreal's not picking. Shapov goes to Real Salt Lake. Ignacio Martinez. Franco Aguirre. Matt Ramirez going to Cincy. Nashville passing. Musiari going to Seattle. Portland picking up Avalos. LAFC skipping. Boston FC skipping. St. Louis skipping. Minnesota skipping. So this guy might not be honestly that great, but what's the assistance? You can't recommend any of the players currently available as a hot prospect. Anything for the first team? Does not think any of them would be. Okay. So we're going to gamble on Andrew Mendez. Just because I know a lot of my guys are going to be leaving on a free. So this would fill a roster spot. We're going to pick him anyway. Grab him. Yep. And then honestly, I don't really care about anybody else. No one's really sticking out. Maybe a right back. No, definitely not. I'm gonna skip to my next pick, number 48. We're gonna pass. And that is gonna be the draft for us. That was the waivers draft. Looks like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players got picked up. Congratulations to them. We're going to take a look at this new guy. I mean, if we compare you to like Beswick, we compare with Mikey Beswick as like a ball winner. I mean, our bench was thin. I mean, this guy's clearly the option. Who's our starting ball winner? Corral? He's leaving. So yeah, you know what? That was a good draft. Good draft for us as I bash my chin into the mic. Good draft for us. Roberto Sartori. I think we're going to go in for him. Let's approach to sign. What are you looking at? Star player. I'm okay with that. Don't be much more than 20. 25 as a DP. We don't have a DP spot. But I don't think we have to make that decision quite yet. So if we go like maybe 20, 22 and a half, he's cool with a designated player contract. So that means we do have to figure out something. We gotta open up a DP spot. Who are our DPs? Oof. Filter. Not that one. Help me. My guess is if we go. We have 3 DPs. If we go big salaries, I'm guessing you're on a DP contract. Yep. 1 designated player. Benjamin's probably on a DP. Yep. Cordero probably as well. Yep. João Pedro, are you? You're not. You're on a senior contract. Guzman, senior contract. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out here. I probably should have looked at that before committing to that. I mean, maybe see if Cordero would take a pay rise. Take him off a DP contract. Oops. Please. Contract. And use some general allocation money toward his contract, regardless of it being a DP. We probably shouldn't have tried to sign him as a DP. Or just bite the bullet, take a trade for one of these guys. Wonder if we can trade for a DP spot. Because I know a lot of people are coming in for Nawal Corti. So maybe get like $1 million in general allocation money, try to get a couple draft spots and a DP spot. I mean, we don't really have to worry about it until squad registration, but I know I've been turning down a lot of offers for Corti. So we might try for that. Ezekiel Diaz, we're not. No. Re-entry draft? What the hell is a re-entry draft? Whatever this is. Nunez has assessed all of the players involved and he recommends taking a look at the following: Diego Renan, Sam Broadbent, Mailson. Re-entry draft stage 1 rules. Players who are at least 23 have played in MLS for at least 3 seasons, have an expiring contract, and not had their contract extension option exercised. Drafted players will have their MLS player rights transferred to the club drafting them. So, are these guys considered homegrown? Fucking no idea. Absolutely no idea. Matthias Enrique. Got $1 million general allocation money. Matthias Enrique is Brazilian. Opens up a international spot. He's on a senior minimum salary. If we view offer, can we add? Can we add Player rights? No, that's not what I want. Draft allocation? That's not what we want. I want... I want an international spot. Or no, I want a DP. That's what I want. This is what I was looking at. Yeah. No. I'm gonna reject that because I thought you could trade. I thought you could trade DP spots, so maybe you can't. All right. Here's the next draft. This is the re-entry draft. And I don't remember who those guys were. So again, we got an American here, striker. Mailson was one of them. Brazilian. 28 appearances or so. I mean, not lights out by any means, but a lot of these coming off the bench. Certainly a rotation player. Scores a handful of goals, so like 6 goals from 7 starts, 6 from 10 starts, 2 from 9. Not the most prolific player ever, but yeah, Arturo Lopez, again, wouldn't be the worst draft in the world. Luis Polster, I think, was one of them. Drafted in 2037 by Minnesota. Didn't really get in the first team. 12 appearances off the bench, no goals. 1 appearance off the bench, no goals. Weston FC was decent. That's a couple divisions below. Again, Southeast Division, yeah, I think that's NPSL. Not overly interested. Sam Broadbent was one of them. He is homegrown. He's American. Played at San Diego, Toronto. Was drafted to Toronto, then went to San Diego. Played at VVV Venlo for a little bit. Honestly, he doesn't look that bad in reality. I mean, 2 goals from 2 appearances, 2 goals allowed from 2 appearances, 6 from 6. Again, an option off the bench in a tight situation. Honestly, not a bad shout. He is underbid. He went about Houston, Philly, and Austin. I mean, and you guys are really sticking out. Jonathan Francis plays central midfield. Cincinnati, played at the Miami FC for a couple of seasons on loan. 2 assists from 27 appearances. I mean, his best years were at Miami FC. Ugh. Can't really justify it. Let's go for this Sam Broadbent guy. Pass. Ignacio Reyes goes. Diego Renan goes. Columbus pass. New York pass. Vancouver pass. Montreal pass. Real Salt Lake. Philly. Chicago. Cincy. Nashville. Seattle. Portland. LAFC. Austin. St. Louis. And Minnesota all pass. We're going to pick him up. Worst case scenario, he hangs out for a year and then call it a day. Can't recommend anything. So we'll draft him. Pick him up. Did we pick him up? Draft. Yes. Or don't. I mean, that works too. Okay. Broken game. What are you gonna do? Come on. Let's load, please, and thank you. Forgot to do laundry. That's unfortunate. Matthias Enrique again. Let's see if Columbus will let us. International spot. Yeah, no, I mean, trading for an international spot honestly isn't bad. What if we add an international spot? Matthias Enrique is... Can't click on him, can we? Matthias Enrique is... He's a squad player. I mean, what are we getting? Like 1.2 GAM, 2 draft picks, and an international spot for a Brazilian. Basically, we open up 2 international spots. They don't want to give up a spot. I mean, it opens it up anyway. We'll accept it. Friendlies. Okay, whatever. Cool. We're gonna lose a right back. We open up an international spot. God, we're thin. So let's go. This Marcio Guzman. Wonder, do we recall him? When do you come back? Okay, you come back soon. So honestly, he might slot into one of those, either the right or left back. He'll take a bit an international spot. I think we'll be okay. I think we're okay with that. Let's get to this next draft and then see what's there. I don't really know what this one is. I assume it's more of the same. Send that to the inbox, pretty please. Stage 2, eligible players whose contract expire at the end of the season can be signed by MLS clubs for free. Okay. It's the same guys. Beswick is in it this time around. Oh, so this is just expiring contracts, I guess. Arturo Lopez. St. Louis City was drafted in the re-entry draft going into this season. 3 goals from 3 starts in the league, 25 appearances off the bench, 6.78. 42% shots on target. I mean, has always kind of been a bench player. I mean, I assume, well, yeah. I mean, he started a bunch of games there. 8 goals from 23 appearances is shockingly bad. I think we're going to pass on him. Mailson, same thing. Bolster, we took a look at earlier. Not incredible. Mendoza, not incredible. He's one of ours anyway. We can't draft him. Honestly, I think we're going to pass. I don't see anything of note. Skip to our pick. We're going to pass. We're going to complete. And then I think we're actually going to make a cut this time. Pre-draft preparation player rights. What the fuck is this? Selection process for the upcoming Super Draft will take place today. This is a reminder that youth players who we hold the player rights for will be available to another MLS team during the draft. I recommend that we consider signing any good prospects right away to avoid wasting a draft pick. So like this kid actually has a lot of potential. I think we're going to do this bit off camera. We don't know shit about him. Yeah, we're going to make a cut here. We're going to come back probably for the Super Draft. Or if something fun happens. I don't know. It is time for the MLS Super Draft. 3 rounds, 178 players available. Our first pick is the 19th overall, and I think we have the 21st or 22nd pick. If a team passes, we can't pick any more Generation Adidas players who are picked will be awarded an automatic contract, whereas the other players selected will need to negotiate a contract. Players picked in the first round are likely to ask for a senior contract. So before we get into it, let's some things have happened. So let's back up. Yeah. We all know about all of this. Mendez is the guy we signed in the draft. These guys leaving, nothing crazy. The guys who were released, Agostini is really the only one of note. And then we want all transfers. And then Claudio Cordero, who was our striker, had a $10.5 million release clause. And Shabab Al Ali hit that, and he signed with them. So we are now without Claudio Cordero. But we have signed Lucas Gonzalez, who is a solid right winger. We're going to end up playing him as a central midfielder, I think. Very good player. He's straight into the starting 11. And this is what I've built so far. Guzman was the one that was out on loan with Juventus. Not actually Juventus. Juventude in the Brazilian league. He was out on loan and finished with almost a 7.0. We'll take that. He's going to be Starting for us on the right-hand side of defense with Benjamin on the left. Cavallo and Lopez still hanging around. Corti still here. Then we have Gonzalez going to be our box-to-box midfielder. We still need to find a deep-lying playmaker. And I've done a little bit of shuffling here with Cordero leaving. That opens up a spot for Diaz. I was thinking about maybe selling Diaz, offering him out to some clubs, but what was it? Shabab Ali? I don't know. Whoever that was came in for Cordero. So Diaz is going to go up front. I've decided we're going to move Pedro out on the right with Navarro in the middle. De La Canal on the bench, and then Capellani is going to be our backup striker, which I think fits a little bit better for us. Still need to find a central midfielder with a backup midfielder and maybe some backup defense options. This backup goalie, I don't know how it took me this long to figure it out. But he was going to be released. His contract was up at the end of the 2039 season. At the in January or December, whatever. Then I saw his name and decided we have to re-sign him. Muhammad Ali is our backup goalie. Don't really have to say anything else about that. I do want to make sure we are training everything correctly. Those three should be good. Guzman. I mean, here's the thing. What do you prefer on the right? Inverted fullback or a wingback? I mean, if you play like an inverted wingback with Pedro as you prefer to be an inverted winger. We did this and maybe something like that. That works for me. But anyway, you need to be training a right back as a wing back on support. Gonzalez, you need to be training a central midfielder box to box on support. João Pedro as the right winger, inverted winger on attack. Navarro as the central attacking midfielder. The AM on support. Navas should be good. And then Diaz training as an advanced forward. AF, there you are. Okay. I think we're good there. I think we're going to have you training that as well. De La Canal. I think you should be training nope, you're not. Right wing as an inverted winger. On attack. And everything else should be just fine. Money. We got about 8 million to play with. About, what is that, 70,000 a week. And we can just do the normal moving things around. With the signing of Gonzalez, we had to move some targeted allocation money around. Where are you at? League specific. I don't think the game really understands how to implement it correctly, because I kept clicking OK to change the targeted allocation money. And what this is, targeted allocation money you can use to buy down the contracts to be below salary cap. With Gonzalez's contract, it was going to put us over the salary cap. But we're using some of the allocation. I don't know how it works. I just got frustrated, kept clicking OK, and it figured itself out. So we're good there. We'll do a quick registration here just to make sure we are okay. Would like to take time to remind you that club can use general allocation money to buy down one or more. Okay. Okay, fine. Are you below? We are below salary cap right now. Stachina is foreign international, but I can't register you for some unknown reason. I guess because you're injured? Okay. What are we working with? We got about 12,000 to work with when it comes to salary cap. We do have 2 more international spots. We are full on designated players, which reminds me. So last little bit, we were going for, was it Sartori? Roberto Sartori. Obviously, he did not come to Miami. So what I figured out happened, the board decided to cancel the transfer because we couldn't have more than 3 designated players. So it is not a registration thing. It is physically you cannot have more than 3 players on designated player contracts. So we lost out on him. I was planning to come back and try to sign him as a star player or on a senior contract, but whatever team that was came in before I could, and here we are. So we don't have Sartori. Honestly, probably didn't need him anyway. I think he was just going to fill a spot we really didn't need to fill, and now that we sold Cordero, moved Diaz up front, João Pedro on the right, I think we're going to be just fine. We just need to find a central midfielder. I'm sure there's a handful in here. I think we're going to be fine, but anyway, let's get to the draft. So this is the MLS Super Draft. There's a handful of emails saying, hey, here's a mock draft. If you know anything about American sports, watch Sports Center and how mock drafts work, they're never correct. So they don't fucking matter. It's just a talking point for pundits to yap. All that. And also, like, the 3 different ones had me picking different players every time, so I just, whatever. Let's get going. LAFC with the first pick of the 2040 MLS Super Draft. They pick Leighton Marto, center back. Cool. This Mikhailo Havrilik. I think I was projected to pick him, so I might pick him. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. So let's just get through this. Let's see here. St. Louis pick up goalie Mikey Murphy. DC United picking up David Testa. Graham Allen. Well, there's Mikhailo Havrilik. Was just a decent right back. Good potential. We don't get him anyway, so it doesn't matter. So let's just click through here. Honestly, I'm just gonna go by whoever's the best recommended. All right, 19th pick. Here we go. Who do we got? This guy right here, Michael Contreras, center back. Good heading, marking is good, tackling. I mean, honestly, no knowledge of the player. Genuinely, this guy doesn't look that terrible. If I'm being honest. Came from the Red Bulls Academy. They went to Albany Rush. And I'm guessing New York? Mid-Atlantic? I don't fucking know. I mean, just that jumping reach and marking and head. Honestly, he doesn't look that bad. Genuinely, I'm cool with it, dude. That's yeah. Let's sign him, draft him. I'm curious what Matt Jimenez. Okay. For a hot prospect. What about maybe a first team player? Nothing. Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna go with Michael Contreras, actually. Yeah, welcome to the team, bud. And then maybe go for this Matt Jimenez as well. Our assistant likes him. Didn't want him anyway. Jackass. All right. New rival, Colorado Rapids. Granted, we don't like Colorado anyway. If you want to know why we don't like Colorado, go back to, I think I talked about it in the Gauntlet. Why we don't like the Cronkies. See the next pick. All right, assistant, what you got? What you got for me, bud? You like Christian Gutierrez, left back. We don't know shit about him. Where were you at? North Carolina Fusion U23s, Atlanta United Academy. I mean, honestly, you know what? 4 player of the matches in the South Atlantic Division. Oh, you're okay. Yeah. What is that? North Carolina. Are you just North Carolina FC? Okay, you're probably the U23s. Okay, yeah. I know who that is. You know what? Left back. I mean, sure. Let's go for it. Let's trust our assistant this time around. Yeah. Go for it. Christian Gutierrez. Come on in, buddy. Welcome to Miami. When's our next pick? 30. Oh no, 26. Shoot. When did that happen? Okay, whatever. I don't want to get through this first round. I don't know when the round swaps over or if it really shows when or where. It still says draft round 1, so we're gonna go for it. All right, who else? Who do we got? Ben Ortiz is homegrown. I think these are all homegrown players, so it doesn't matter. You're wanted by Nashville. You've been scouted. You've been analyzed. Striker. Starting reach of 7, first touch of 7. What if you like? If we look at AF, I mean, again, not awful. I mean, you're with Lansing right now. Another Atlanta Academy graduate. Again, doing well at Lansing. Yeah, I think you're maybe third division, NPSL, whatever you want to call it. I mean, we'll bring him in, see what he can do for us. And then honestly, after this, I don't really care. I don't know when when teams will start passing on picks. But it's not yet. I mean, we're not there yet. So we are in the second round of the draft. I mean, they're still picking. I would imagine we'll go all the way. I don't really know. Who do we got? Ben McGrath is next, a central midfielder. Those are a lot of red numbers there, but again, honestly, the highlighted numbers, I mean, if we just take a look at you as a box to box, Finishing, not great. Positioning, not great. Other than that, you're not terrible. What if he played at like a DLP? Positioning isn't fantastic, but tackling's atrocious. We might... We're gonna pick him. I think we're gonna pick him. Ben McGrath, come on in, buddy. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Party in the city where the heat is on all night on the beach to the break of dawn. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Shout out Will Smith. I mean, they're still picking players, so... Where's my next pick? Hello? Pick 77? Jesus Christ. Alright. What do we got? Assistant has nothing. Oh, wait, hold on. 77, here we go. Assistant, anything? Nothing. First team? Nothing. Assistant's pick? Don't draft anybody. Great. I mean, we are going to draft somebody. I mean, whoever is the highest. Jack Butler, maybe. Again, these numbers aren't awful. Like, genuinely. I mean, yeah. Maybe our scouting team is just atrocious. All right. Well, that was the draft, everybody. Right. So, okay. Next part of the draft is the contracts. So what do we got to work with? We have 70 grand. So, all right. So first guy, Contreras. What contract are you looking for? Future prospect. Honestly, I'm cool with that. What's our salary cap looking like? I mean, we're under salary cap for sure. 31 a week, yeah. I say we get these guys just the contracts they want. I mean, if they're in this range, yeah. I say we give them to them. We need to fill spots on the bench anyway. And then if all else fails, they're all terrible, we can just send them out on loan or sell them or whatever. So let's get cracking on this future prospect. We're not going to promise you that. 2.7 on a senior contract is perfect. No senior. There we go. Perfectly fine with me. A year, that's fine. I am okay with this kind of contract. Again, we're not gonna promise you that. Breakthrough prospect, senior contract. Let's drop you down a couple. It works. Future prospects, senior minimum salary is. I don't really know what that means, if I'm being honest. What does that mean? Do we get a breakdown somewhere? Registration. Not going to be in here. Maybe here, league specific. Nope. Okay. Whatever. Emergency backup is cool with me. Senior contract, let's drop you down maybe 3.5. You're good with it. And finally, Butler. Okay. This game is fucking broken, man. Swear to God. Reserve player? Okay. Sure. Whatever. Right, so we are about to start preseason friendlies. Let's see here. How was our draft? We got ooh, ooh, C plus. Let's see here. Okay, whatever. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Do this with everybody here. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Okay. So then let's just take a peek at squad registration. Or Major League Soccer. Okay, that's fine. I don't give a shit. We're all good. So I got 2 international slots. No DP contracts, but we do have a lot of allocation money we can deal with. I mean, who can play here? All right, so none of them are going to slot into that role immediately. But we did pick up a left back who I think honestly looks good. I do want to take a look at their... Okay, that's not awful. McGrath, again, same thing. Not breaking any records by any means. Hopefully, I mean, if Contreras can fill that 3.5 star, we'll be good. Same with Gutierrez. Butler, Ben Ortiz. Okay. I mean, not a terrible draft, I don't think. But let's get Gutierrez on the bench instead of one of these guys. Maybe Stachina. Put you there. Still need a deep-lying playmaker, maybe. I mean, again, do we have Navarro here and then maybe splash some cash for an attacking midfielder? Please, there we go. Scouted players. We do have some international spots open, so we can bring somebody in here. I mean, we got 8 million to play with. We got loads of payroll to play with, so I think we're good. I think the issue we'd run into is salary cap, but again, I mean, we got 31K to play with. I'm not really stressing. We got a lot of allocation money. Take a look at some scouting reports real quick. Diego Ortega. I mean, again, if we can spend $1 million on a 3.5 star player. Yasuhiko Amori. Yo, come in for a trial. Because I mean, if those numbers are all like in the higher ranges, might be on something. Where did you play previously? Anywhere? Hiroshima. Good lord, tearing up the J League. From fucking what position? Oh, you're a striker. And Diaz dropped back. Nope. You can't, but you can play on the right. I mean, again, right, we could slide Pedro over. That's actually an option right there. Frederick Lipstad Vesely. I just want you for your name. Give me a scout on you. Again, what, $1 million for you? Sure. So we got some options here, honestly. We got some really good options. Tom Eric Moeller. I want you just because you play for Viking. Simon Barbosa from Minnesota. I mean, we could work a trade deal for you. Give me a scout on you, please. Are you being scouted? Being scouted by Mixed Riskerid. Former national team player, U.S. national team player. He knows quite a lot of areas. Sweet. Who did you last play for? New York City, that's where I know you from. Knew you from somewhere. I mean, that's an option there. I feel like he kind of tore us up. Like, that name really is really sticking out. Ooh, here we go. 33-year-old Luis Guilherme. All right, I could spend literally all day doing this. Let's make a cut. We're going to come back, hopefully with a few signings. We're going to come back for the season opener against Atlanta United. We're doing the Friendly Cup, whatever the fuck that is, and US Open Cup as well. That starts in March. Make a cut, and we're going to see you in a second. All right, we are coming to the end of the transfer window, coming up to our last friendly against Minnesota here in a few days' time. We have Atlanta coming up. Bear with us. A couple more signings. We did the drafts here. Then we went out and signed Zoran Rašović, mainly because of his potential ability from Cervina Sveta, I believe is how it's pronounced. I think it's Red Star Belgrade. And then we signed Yasuhiko Omori on a free transfer, previously of Hiroshima in the J1 league. Obviously tearing it up over there. Somehow we were able to bring him in for free, planning on using him as the kind of central attacking midfielder with this formation. I've been slowly picking away at weak points here. We also signed, where are you at? Dawson. Patrick Dawson from Charlotte FC from a trade where we got another international player spot. So we now have 10 international player spots. We have one open. I figured out how general allocation money works with the salaries. So let's take one of our high earning players that's not on a DP contract. So like João Pedro. You're on $18,750 a week. Currently his salary cap impact is $9,250, and we have $24 million worth of general allocation money. If we wanted to, we could bring this down all the way down to $2,900 a week, and that's how much his contract would be worth against the salary cap. We had to do this with Yasuhiko Omori's contract. He's on a designated player contract, which means initially his contract, it's already moved. I think 28,000 or something like that against the salary cap. It contributes 29,000 or so to the salary cap, which meant I could grab the slider here and bring it all the way down. It won't let me go back up. And now his salary, according to the salary cap, looks like $2,900 a week. We have a lot of general allocation money. So this is where the game kind of freaks out about general allocation money. there's a lot of people that actually know how the game treats general allocation money. From what I understand, the game really likes draft picks and doesn't really understand the impact of general allocation money. So I was able to trade an international spot and Dawson for like 2 million in general allocation money. And then we tried to sign, where are you at? Let's try to find you again. Robert Chambers. Tried to sign him from Shamrock Rovers. We agreed a deal for like 5.5 million for him, which comes out of the normal transfer budget, which is a little bit higher now. And we came to contract negotiations. He wanted a designated player contract, but we already have 3 DPs on our team, so we can't offer another contract, which is the issue we had with the guy earlier in the window. Don't remember his name. So I tried to offer him a senior players contract, which is what I did with... Who did I do that with? I did it with somebody... I think it was Guzman. No, maybe not. I did it with somebody. Maybe Reshevich. Somebody, we decided we're not going to give you a designated player contract. Instead, we're going to give you a... Maybe it was Navas? I don't remember. Instead, we're going to give you a senior contract at the same wage contribution, and they agreed. So that's what I was trying to do with Robert Chambers. But he wanted like 50K a week on the DP contract, and apparently the max you can give on a senior contract is like 17,500 a week. So negotiations broke down. So I got frustrated and went to the old job center. And as you can see, I applied for the Pumas job. And the reason I applied for the Pumas job is because the Pumas kits are, in my opinion, consistently fucking awesome. You look at the Pumas kits in the last, I don't know how many years, with the big ass logo on the front and no like badge deal going on, they look fantastic. I've always been drawn to the Pumas kits, and I do own a kit. I don't know from what year, but I got it in a mystery kit box thing. By far my favorite kit that I own. So I applied for it. And as you can see, we have a must respond email, which means Pumas have approached me for a contract. Pumas de la UNAM, which is Universidad. I don't know what the NAM is. Shit. I don't remember. I'll look it up. It's a university. Anyway. I think we're gonna go to Pumas. So they're offering 11, almost 12K a week. I'm curious what my contract is. A little bit lower. So if we can negotiate a little bit higher. If we can just go like 13. Hey, they like it. Let's go. We're going to Pumas. We're out of MLS. We're going to Liga MX. I had all What are the words I'm looking for? As I was going through that that transfer window, I really was planning a team that could win the MLS Cup. But MLS rules are frustrating with the whole contract crap. Finally, I just got frustrated. It's taken me like a week to record this video. We're going to Pumas, so it's going to be a little bit more laid back with the whole contract negotiation stuff. We're not going to do the media stuff. Whatever, that's fine. Oh, we have a great intake. Okay, I like it. Supporters, whatever. Tactics induction. What are we dealing with here? What do we got? What do we got? Sort by ability. We got 14 players that are at 3 stars or above, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players that have 6 players that have really good potential ability. 7 if you include Marco Lopez. So we got 21 solid players that are that we've got here. Brian Guzman is our guy. $56,000 for him. We do need to make that change to currency. We're gonna go to the Mexican peso. Confirm that. Get it all going. I do need to go find a kit pack, whatever they call them, because as you can see, they don't have the kits in the game. Rivalries, Classico Capitalino Derby versus Club America, fierce rivals with Club America. Other rivals with Cruz Azul and Chivas. Let's see, your average ticket price is 324 pesos. I don't know what that conversion is. What's that conversion? Mexican peso to USD. So 324 pesos is $16.77. So the average season ticket price is 6,000, which is 310. So that is honestly pretty on par with MLS, I believe. Last I heard, they were in the $300-ish range for season tickets. So nothing too crazy. The Estadio Olímpico Universitario seats almost 70,000. Are you kidding me? We are in Mexico City. There's no undersoil heating. There's no roof. What do we got going for the competitions? Well, how are we looking? We are in the Clausura currently. Yeah, I guess, yeah. It is February, so we are in the Clausura. We are struggling at the moment. We look at the schedule. Oof. Oh, the schedule actually puts it all in one. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games without a win. 1 win in the Clausura, which is not good enough. Lost 2-0 to Tigres, 2-0 to Chivas, 3-2 to America. 1-2 to Necaxa, I believe is how that's pronounced. Pachuca 2-2 draw. We beat Santos 4-1. Querétaro. And what is that? AT? Is that Atletico? It is. Atletico San Luis. We lost 2-1. So we got some work to do, it looks like. What is a Catenaccio? Jose Pang believes this is okay. Looks to nullify opposition's something. Highly structured defensive. No, we're not playing defensive. Fuck that. We are in Mexico. So I think a wing play, probably. I know we did this like 3 episodes ago. But let's see, we got a winger, we got a left back, we got a left wing, we got a striker, central mid. Defensive mid. Julio Garcia can play center back as well. Maybe that's our center back pair right there. The Claudio Arriagada and Julio Garcia there. Carlos Aveas, central midfield. So yeah, standard 4-2-3-1 I think is gonna be the move. 4-3-3, yeah. That works. Goalie Edwin Sanchez. Right back, I guess Samuel Menendez. Arriagada and Avila, it looks like. Who was that other? Garcia, Julio Garcia. Yeah, we're gonna play Garcia there instead, I think. Instead of Avila, let's go with Garcia. At left back, ugh. Don't really have a left back, do we? Ibarra for now. Let's go back to that in a little bit. Brian Guzman on the right. Asfaldo Mejia on up top with Guilherme Lopez on the left. And then from here, do we have, what do we got? Francisco Vasquez as the Metsala. So we're going to go youth there. Boteo, probably not going to get much playing time right now. Trying to decide, do we go defensive midfielder or do we go attacking midfielder? And I'm thinking we go attacking midfielder with Ignacio Gonzalez in that role. So let's swap there. Go with Gonzalez there and Ceballos there. You were gonna go to the inverted wing back along with you because. So the reason I do that, I don't know if I've actually explained that. So what I do is I look at my wingers and put them in positions they prefer. So you want to be a supporter. Honestly, you could be inverted as well. So let's build from Lopez. Lopez obviously is better as a winger on attack. So I look at the defender, and if my winger is playing as a winger, then my wing back is going to be playing inverted. Because we got the winger doing this number, and then we got the inverted wing back doing this number, cutting inside. So if I keep you as a wing back, you're going to get in each other's way, making this run up the field. I don't know if that's how it actually works in Football Manager, but that's how it works in my brain, so I go with it. And then if my winger is going to be an attacking winger, then my defender is going to be in a supporting role. Now, with the case of Guzman, he definitely prefers to be supporting, I think. Well, he could do any of them. Any of those 4 options he's good at, and honestly can play an inside forward as well if we need that. So Guzman, he can do anything. Now we're going to look at Mendez. As a right back, you prefer to be a defensive wing back. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to go supporting or attacking. And based on what is highlighted here, the difference really is flair. He doesn't have an incredible amount of flair. So I think we're going to keep him as a supporting wingback. Make Guzman an inverted winger on attack. And with that, these kind of level out. I tend to play up the field a little bit more. I focus more on attacking. So these kind of almost red bits are going to show up. That's just how it's going to happen. Deep line playmakers, I prefer to be defensive. He wants to be defensive as well. So that actually works out quite well. I prefer this to be maybe a box-to-box, which is not his strong role. And actually, Vasquez is better as a supporting deep line playmaker, which means you could probably get away with being a ball winner. And then you can be probably an attacking. Yeah, that'll work. Usually I like for one of them to be either a ball winner or a deep line playmaker, and then the other one to be a box-to-box or a true central mid. But Vasquez is actually quite decent as a deep line playmaker. Prefers to be supporting, so we're gonna run with that for now. I guess we can start on defending goalie. He has not been playing well at all. Good God almighty. He's been playing as a sweeper keeper. So obviously, sweeper keeper, not his role. So that's what we got. The bench. Alvarez there. We need a right back and a left back. And we just kind of go by who is kind of at the top there. Rosenthal works for me. Alvarez works for me. A couple of central midfielders with maybe Salazar can play in the central midfield roles. Maybe a little bit more defensive minded. He is unregistered, which is kind of concerning. Moreno going to be the other one. We need our definite number 2 striker. I'm not sure we actually have one of those. Why do we have 2 players on loan that are obviously not starters? What is NB? Nation born. Okay. Good lord. Who's next up in this line? Varela is going to be on the bench then. At number 7, we have 10 bench spots, don't we? Let's take a look at the competition rules. Transfer windows, registration. Trial list, can't have trial list, which is fine. 10 named sub, 5 subs from 3 stoppages. Match squad must have at least 12 players considered Mexican born. Must be at least 4 Mexican born players in the playing 11. Only players registered for this competition. What is our registration looking like? Maximum team size of 40. How the hell do we have 40 players registered? There's no U19 rules. Interesting. So like you are going to go to the U23s. U23s. You're ineligible because you can't play against your parent club. That's fine. Salazar being unregistered is interesting. Why are you not registered? Salazar not being registered is a little concerning. How often can we change registration? Players registered for reserve teams do not need to be registered in order to play for the main team. Okay, interesting. So how do we get you registered? Can I just do this on the fly? You totally can. Oh wait, no, maybe not. Changes cannot be confirmed outside the squad registration window. So when is the squad registration window? Christ. What have I got myself into? Registration between January 1 and January 31. We are outside the registration window, which means Salazar cannot play for us, which is kind of unfortunate, actually. It means we have one central midfielder on the bench available. What's our development center looking like? We got some decent players, actually. Squad, senior squad. Get on up there. This is going to be the world's longest Football Manager episode. Swear to God. Okay. Now we have Reyna, who is Mexican born. He is injured, which is unfortunate. Actually, we need to change this a little bit since we do have room for extra players. Del Palacio is actually kind of decent, so you'll be on the bench for us. Varela up top. Reyna, central midfield, maybe, and then a couple of others here and there. Lopez, probably. Yep, you look decent. David Cruz will work for me. And then another winger, attacking midfielder of some sort. Quintero, probably. I think we're good there. Salazar not being registered kind of sucks, actually. Okay. So that's going to be our thing right now. Players unhappy. Jose Maria Alvarez has been agreed as the first choice keeper. Okay. Simple enough. That's fine. Julio Garcia is the current captain. Brian Guzman is the current vice captain. We're just going to keep it as it is for now. Staff meeting. We'll attend this real quick. And just move on through all of this crap. There we go. All right, we're going to make a cut really quickly. We're going to come back in 7 days' time where we play our first game in Liga MX's, Liga MX, there it is, Jesus. Against Cruz Azul. We'll see you in a second. All right, we are back. It took a little while, but I found the old kit packs. We got everything for Liga MX and Liga Expansión. As you can see, we have those kits as well, just in case we come up against some of the expansion league teams and some sort of cup competition. One thing I did figure out, the Mexico used to have promotion relegation, but I think as part of the whole COVID situation, they did away with the pro-rel thing on temporary. I think 2025 they're bringing it back, maybe 26, or they're planning to. I don't remember. But I mentioned something a few episodes ago to the effect of, I thought they had pro-rel. They do, but it's on temporary pause. But anyway, let's get to the match today. Reyna not going to be featured. He is still injured. We have to have 4 nation-born in the playing 11, I believe is how it was worded. Rules, match rules. There has to be 12 Mexican-born players in the match squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we have 12. Well, let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And as long as we replace Reyna with another Mexican-born player, we will be good. 4 in the playing 11. So is that starting 11 or is that playing 11 for the whole game? And then registered players. We shall see. Cruz Azul at home. Reyna not going to be playing. So I think we're going to bring Mario Bateo instead. So if the minimum number of players in the match squad cannot be met, space must be left on the bench. Minimum of 12 players considered Mexican born before 18th birthday. Minimum of 4 in the playing 11. Okay. So we can do the kind of lower league thing where if you can't meet the requirements, just leave a spot open on the bench. So, in goal, we have Jose Maria Alvarez, a back 4 of Samuel Mendez, Claudio Arriagada, Julio Garcia, and Vincent Ibarra, with Francisco Vasquez and Carlos Zavallos in the midfield, Brian Guzman, Ignacio Gonzalez, Guilherme Lopez supporting Osvaldo Mejia up front. I messed with this just a little bit. All of this I actually kept the same. Transition I kept the same. Decided to push the defensive line up a little bit, and we went to a positive mentality. So, let's get this team submitted. And after 13 hours of this episode, we will finally get into a match, which is always a good thing. Teams are warming up. It took like 30 minutes to find the kit pack that had all the Mexican teams in. Do it for the fans, boys. Come on. All right. Obviously, we don't have the fancy Liga MX graphics and everything. I think everything should be okay. Match speed, we're going to speed up a little bit, I think. That feels really fast. Okay. All right, we are in white. Cruz Azul in blue. We can bring the table up. League table there. I think there is a playoff situation that happens in Liga MX. I believe it's top 8? Question mark? Gonzalez with the corner for Pumas. Going to the near post. Ibarra wins the header. Goes back out to Gonzalez. Now with Vasquez. Back to Gonzalez. Brought down in the box. Referee says play on. It is out for a goal kick for Cruz Azul, but we are all over them so far in the first 15 minutes or so. Lopez, first time in the box. Guzman trying to win the header. Videla wins the ball instead. Menendez takes a shot. Goes well over the bar. Menendez on the right. Gives it to Guzman ahead of him. Cross in the box. Mejia can't win the header. He's never going to win that. Now we get to see Cruz Azul's first attack here. Heredia tackled by Ibarra, I believe that was, on the left. either Ibarra or Ceballos. Now with Menendez again on the right-hand side, keeps it, gives it to Guzman, force backward, gives it to Vasquez, up to Menendez. A fantastic ball, slide it, cross that. Oh, that was such an easy cross, man. That's going to be offside. I did take a quick look at soccer.com. They're having their annual warehouse sale or whatever. This year's Pumas kit not on sale, but the one here, the white one that I downloaded, is on sale. I think it said like $65 or something. So I think I'm gonna wait for a paycheck or two to come through and then buy another kit. But I think that's a really cool way to grow the collection. I've mentioned it before, but using Football Manager as a way to enable my kit buying addiction, kind of cool. And honestly, I might buy a scarf now that I think about it. Scarves are way cheaper. Well, I say that scarves are getting rather expensive as the ball is bouncing around in the box. It's out for Cruz Azul, throw in toward the corner. Castillo with a throw on the opposite side. Acuna back to Castillo. Heredia. Garcia wins the header. Goal kick. But like scarves have gotten up to like $35 for a new one. And when I can buy a kit, like last year's kit, for 50 to 60, depending on where I get it, like doing scarves instead of kits doesn't really justify itself anymore. And that's why I started the scarf collection, was that kits are expensive. Like new kits are $100 a pop. But when I started collecting scarves, they were like 20-ish, 20, 25, somewhere in there. Oh, like 35, 40, 45. I'm not paying $45 for a fucking scarf. Fans expect to win. Don't let them down. Come on, boys. We just need one. And I can actually wear kits. Now that I am working in soccer again, I can actually wear kits to work. Like training, I can wear basically whatever as long as it's not another youth club. I got free game. And collecting kits it's just fun. Ooh, a good opportunity. Vasquez, top of the box, fires a shot from range, over the bar, goal kick. You know what? We don't look terrible. Cruz Azul are fourth right now. They've had a really good start to the Clausura. And we're holding our own. Nobody really sticking out. I mean, Lopez on a 6.3. Not really ideal, but I mean, we haven't given up a goal quite yet. Menendez wins that header in the box. Falls to Lopez just as I'm talking about him. We're going to sub Lopez off here. Left winger. I guess go with Marco Lopez instead. Maybe Quintero? Nope. So it does have to be like for like. Interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. I wonder, as a coach, well, I guess in real life you probably have enough Mexican players on the team that at a minimum you have 4 on the field at the same time. At the minimum. You probably kind of calculate for that. Very interesting. I was not expecting that rule. This is the first time I'm messing around in Liga MX. So that's very intriguing. Which I think it's Chivas that has that rule about only signing players from Mexico. Like, they don't have to worry about that rule at all. That's interesting. Oh, that was it, boys. That was it. You just had to head it on the other side of the post. All right, Menendez, do something for us here, bud. All right, I got it over the top looking for Guzman. Not the best pass in the world. Videla goes long. Garcia wins that header. Probably could have brought it down or let it go to Alvarez in our goal. But either way, we have the ball here. Vasquez up to Gonzalez. A lot of space there. Dribbles into it. Cuts inside. Looking for a pass. Takes the shot instead. Maybe work it into the box. Right, because our striker's not going to be winning too many headers, I don't think. Unless we do the kind of early cross thing. Come on, boys. There you go. Ibarra. Vasquez out to Lopez. Come on, man. Bring it down. There was no need for that pass. Pascal into the box. Win that. Fabio Luis coming on for Loyola. For Cruz Azul. Let's make another substitution. We're going to take off Esvada Mejia. I think we're going to bring on Gaston Varela up top. Ibarra can come off as well for Rosenthal. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so Menendez can play on the left. And actually, you prefer to be on the left anyway. So if we do that, and I mean, that doesn't solve our problem. Is Alvarez, are you Mexican? You are. So we're going to bring out Oscar Alvarez at right back. Slide Menendez over to the left and see what happens here. We're going to offer some encouragement. I don't want to go overly aggressive quite yet. And we're just not creating anything. Okay. I think Brian Guzman can come off now for, I guess, Mario David Boteo or Lopez even. See what Boteo does out there, and I think we're gonna finish out like that. I don't know. Who's this? Rodrigo Garcia as our center back. Let's maybe name Mayor Del Palacio. 2.5 stars. Show me a report. Thank you. What else can I show here? Form? Oh, what? Oh, how am I just finding out about this? Oh, this is brilliant. Form. Are you serious? Does that carry over for everybody? It does. Oh my god. Fucking how long have I been playing Football Manager? And I just find out about this. What? Okay then. 6.72 average rating over the last however many games. 6.3 from Del Palacio from one game. Let's bring him in. I just want to see how he does. Few minutes out on the field. I think we should be okay for 1 point. 5 minutes of stoppage. We have a free kick here. Boy. Gonzalez, Ceballos. Somebody win a header, please. Put it back in the box. Menendez. Lopez brought down. Oh my god, he gives it. Oh my god, he gives the penalty. No shot, he actually gives it. He actually gives that penalty. Can we steal 2 extra points here? Lopez. Yes! First game in charge in Mexico. And we are going home with 3 points. That is... All right. We'll take it. We will take it. We should have won this game anyway. We had the XG. Referee, thank you. Full time. We should have been winning that game anyway. All right, we will take it. Well done, boys. Hey, we got 3 points. That's brilliant. Well done, boys. Well done. We got Atlas in a couple of days' time. We're going to come back after that match. I have no idea when we're coming back. Do we have playoffs? Is that a thing that happens? Opening stage preliminary round. It was Leon and Pachuca. Leon and Pachuca top 10, it looks like. Go into the playoff. I guess I probably can just look at the rules. Dingus. Closing stage, yeah, top 10 go into a playoff. And then there's weird bracket things happening. Okay, cool. So we just need top 10, and we are, what, 14th? 13th? We're 13th right now. Juarez on 12 points. We're 4 points back, dude. We got time. We got time. I think if we play like we did here, I think we will be just fine. So let's come back. Maybe I have no idea when we're going to come back. We might come back, honestly, for Tijuana Toluca. It kind of depends on how we are looking throughout this period here. And then the next episode after that will probably be playoffs, assuming we make it. But after all of that, that is where we're going to end it here today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all of those fun things. I know we stayed at Miami for half a season, but ultimately, I think I don't know if I actually said it, but I definitely thought it. Miami was just the stepping stone into North America, ultimately, with the goal getting to Liga MX. I was planning on staying at Miami for that next season, but Pumas came up. I really enjoy Pumas's kits. I really do. This gives me an excuse to buy another one. Honestly, other ones I probably would have jumped on is like Tigres or Chivas or America, honestly. I think America was probably going to be a bit of a walk in the park just because it's Club America. But someone like Pumas, who are struggling right now, I think is going to set up kind of a fun little series here. So I've noticed that Well, I guess you don't have your third kits either. The pack I downloaded had the Pumas third kit, but I guess it didn't. It doesn't matter. As always, we'll see you later.